Dr. Derrick, I'm not hearing you. Are you speaking to us?
My goodness, my bad.
Hmm. That's
Oi,
okay.
lot of gadgets all
That's
over the
okay.
place.
I
Oh
know.
my
I
goodness.
thought it was me at first, and
When
I thought, oh no,
when
that's not going to happen.
when you're turning on and turning on, there's so many things to turn on.
Oh, I know.
All
I
right.
know.
Of mercy.
Okay.
All right. Peace, blessings, enough, whole heap, plenty, a lot of love to all our kings and queens in the house, and also those that are on the varied YouTube platform. Thank you very much, Queen Yvonne Finn. Really appreciate, really appreciate.
Thank you, Dr.
And
Derrick.
a special happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers here on this platform, watching this in the future on the varied
Mhm.
YouTube platform, and also present live on this platform. Happy Mother's Day. I know it's a little premature, but unfortunately, no Dream Team meeting on Sunday, where I could lavish the ladies with my little bit of thanks. So,
Okay.
without any further ado, we are going to deep dive right into our In It to Win It song, which was gifted to us by our one and only Queen Loretta Shadari, a very well known, well renowned singing recording artist who have gifted
Mhm.
us this song. And we thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari, for this song, In It to Win It.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Queen Larato Shadari.
Mhm.
Really appreciate it. I really appreciate. That music has deep roots on this webinar.
Mhm.
We have been using it since the inception of this webinar. And so therefore, it's just a well profound music, really and truly, very profound.
Mhm.
So as we continue with our presentation. As you know, the first presentation that we will be undergoing is the mindset. Mindset. Very, very important, very, very intricate to our life, to our development, how we think, how we view things, how we even live, because it has to do with your belief. What do you believe? And everything in life is based on belief. And that is how we tackle things. That is how we address things based on our individual belief. All right. And so, therefore, the one and only astute, well renowned, ever um, Queen Yvonne Finn, international inspirational speaker and entrepreneur, long
Mhm.
before on Passive. And she is the co-host to One Global Movement.
Mhm.
And of course, she's a little bit up in the cold here in Canada. Although as far as she's concerned, it's not cold. Even if it is 11 degrees Celsius, that's not cold for her, which comes up, we understand.
Dr. Derrick.
King Carlton and myself think otherwise. But anyway,
Of
that's
course you
that's
do.
up to her. Really appreciate her. She has been fortified with the mindset, and she's here to inspire us with the purpose audit. Oh my goodness, the
Uh-huh.
purpose audit. Is your
Yes.
success just or just fear? Boy, that is mesmerizing. So without any further ado, we will pause for a cause and allow Queen Yvonne Finn to address this topic. Over to you, Queen.
Thank you very much. Hello, King Carlton. I see you there applauding already. Thank you. I hope I can deliver on that big speak up that you just did there, but I will try my best. And I'm going to tell you that you might have to shut me up this evening because you asked for a long one, and it's a long one. Okay, so get ready. I hope you give me the time. Okay, so as you said, yes, it's the purpose audit, and I'll work it out as we go along. So as always, I'm including myself in this. I'm not preaching to anyone. We all can fall into these situations. And I think many of us often feel as if we're living two different lives. We're high achievers and we're hitting all those key performance indicators that people talk about, they call KPIs, and how the measures, the metrics that we use to measure how successful we are being. And we're also people trying to live according to a deeper values, purpose and conviction. So we have those two dual things going on. We try to live on purpose, but we also live in the world. So we're going by two metrics. But so often we find ourselves drowning in the grind, the world, running, hustling, while wondering why it doesn't feel like we're walking in our calling, our purpose, because we all came with one. I'm never going to stop saying that. The difference for us isn't our salary, it's our context. What is the context for what we're doing, why we're doing? Are we chasing a fair return on our time, or are we practicing a just stewardship of our very souls? So today I want us to discuss about something that quietly shapes every decision that we make, every ambition we chase, and every definition of success we inherit. Basically, at the end of life, I want us to be sure that we're putting our ladder against that right wall, as they say. So here is where we talk about context, because context changes everything. The exact same action can become selfish or sacred depending on the story surrounding it while we're doing it. The exact same career can feel either empty or meaningful depending on the purpose that's attached to it. And the exact same success can either build our ego or build our character. This is why this talk is called the purpose audit. Is your success just or just fair? Not successful, that's not what we're talking about, not unsuccessful, especially as the world measures it, but just, because those are not the same thing. We live in a culture that is exceptionally good at measuring everything, measuring performance. We measure productivity, we measure influence, we measure engagement, we measure profit, we measure followers, we measure efficiency, we measure visibility, but we rarely stop long enough to measure alignment. Alignment between what we say we value and what our lives are actually producing. And that is where the audit begins. Not with condemnation, as I said, we're all in it, not with guilt, but with honesty, with honest self reflection, because many people achieve everything they were told to pursue, only to discover they never asked why they were pursuing it in the first place. And without context, achievement becomes disorienting. You wonder, how did I end up here? Even though outside it might look as if you're very successful. The problem with context-less or context-free success, one of the great paradoxes of modern life is this. We have more tools nowadays for success to measure, to measure that than any generation before us, and simultaneously more confusion about our purpose. We know how to optimize almost everything except meaning. We can build personal brands, automate businesses, scale platforms, and engineer productivity systems, yet still lie awake at night wondering, why does this still feel so empty? And that question matters because emptiness is often not the absence of achievement, it is the absence of context. A context without a concept without context loses its meaning. Every language itself proven this. Language itself proves this. If I walked into this room and simply said the word freedom, every person here would interpret it differently depending on their history, their culture, the wounds that they're carrying, their upbringing, politics, or faith. The concept exists, but the context is what gives it its meaning. The same is true of success, because success is not self defining, it's defined by the person who has reached it as far as they think or what the world says. Without context, success becomes dangerously vulnerable to cultural drift because we're counting on externals to give us that context. We begin borrowing definitions from people who may not even be happy themselves. And then we wonder why the destination feels unfamiliar when we finally arrive there, because this is not where we wanted to be. So the difference between fair and just, now let me make an important distinction here. Something can be fair without being just. Fairness often asks this question: did I get what I earned? But justice asks, what is the right use of what I have been given? So fairness is transactional, while justice is transformational. Fairness is concerned with entitlement. Justice is concerned with stewardship. And stewardship is a deeply uncomfortable word in modern culture because it suggests that our talents, our influence, our opportunities, and our resources are not merely possessions, they are responsibilities. And that changes the conversation entirely because now success is no longer just about accumulation, it becomes about contribution. Not how much can I get, but what am I building? Not how visible am I, but how valuable am I to others? not how do I win, but what happens to people around me if I do win? Am I making a difference? Am I serving others? So this is the audit. And perhaps that is what a true purpose audit requires to become merely successful, not merely successful, but just. So it's the word just. That's the acronym. Simple. JUST. Join your work to your values, understand your deeper purpose, steward your gifts responsibly, and the T, think beyond temporary success because we are eternal beings. Let us remember that. Whether we believe it or not, that's the case. We have a higher purpose because a life without context eventually becomes performance without meaning. And here's the danger of a fragmented life. Many people today, many of us, are exhausted not because we are working too hard, not just that, but because we are living divided lives. One version of ourselves exists in the workplace, another exists in private, another exists online, another exists spiritually, and fragmentation is exhausting. It is. Human beings were not designed to carry competing identities forever. We should know who we are. At some point, the soul begins asking difficult questions, questions such as, who am I when nobody is watching? Would I still do this if nobody applauded? Am I building a life or merely maintaining an image? Those are not productivity questions. Those are purpose driven questions. And purpose questions cannot be answered by external metrics alone. They cannot. Because your KPI, as I said, your key performance indices, may rise while your integrity quietly declines. How are you getting to where you want to get? What do you have to sacrifice? Your income may increase while your relationships deteriorate. Your marriage fails. You don't have any relationship with your children because you're never available. Your visibility may grow while your peace disappears. And the tragedy in all this is that culture will often still call you successful, but your soul knows different. It knows better. And here is why context changes work. Now, here's the beautiful part of this context has the power to transform ordinary work into meaningful work. It does. The task itself may not change, but the meaning behind why you're doing it changes. For instance, a parent packing lunches at 6 a.m., they know why they're doing it. They're sending their children off to get an education. A nurse working a midnight shift because maybe she has to look after a sick person, parent, whatever, in the daytime, and that's the only time that she could leave and go to work. A farmer repairing machinery, a teacher grading papers, a business owner signing payroll. He knows that he's saving lives, giving income. A volunteer answering phones because it needs done. A janitor cleaning floors. So it doesn't matter. Culture may rank those jobs differently, but purpose does not. It's the meaning. Because sacredness is not determined by status, it is determined by intention. The world teaches hierarchy of prestige, but purpose teaches hierarchy of service. And that is profoundly freeing because now your value is no longer tied exclusively to a title or to salary or to recognition. You can pursue excellence without worshiping achievement. You can work hard without losing yourself. You can succeed publicly without failing privately. That is integration. That's a holistic life. That is wholeness. And I believe many people are desperately seeking that. The illusion of arrival. One of the most dangerous myths we inherit is the myth of arrival. We've arrived. The belief that fulfillment exists on the other side of the next accomplishment, when we get the next promotion, the next house, the next degree, the next opportunity, the next platform. But if purpose is absent now, achievement rarely fixes it later because success amplifies, it does not heal. If someone is deeply insecure, success often magnifies that insecurity. If someone lacks identity, success often intensifies the performance addiction. I have to do more, have more, be more. And eventually people discover something shocking. You can have a full schedule, and an empty spirit. You can be admired publicly and disconnected internally. You can be envied by others while secretly exhausted by your own life. That is why the audit matters before burnout enforces it upon us. So, better earlier than later for that audit, a better definition of success. So, perhaps we need a better definition. Maybe success is not merely how far did I climb, maybe it is also how deeply did I serve, how honestly did I live, how faithful did I steward what I was given, who became healthier or wiser or safer or stronger or more hopeful because I existed. Those are the harder metrics, but they are lasting metrics because eventually all performance will fade. Titles change, industries shift, platforms disappear, applause moves on, but contribution endures, character endures, integrity endures. The impact we have on human beings endures. And perhaps that is why so many people who appear outwardly successful still feel restless, because the soul was never designed to live on applause alone. And so the purpose audit. So today, I think the invitation is not necessarily to abandon ambition. No, nothing is wrong with ambition. We are meant for excellence. Our Creator demands that we live excellent lives. It is to audit it, though, to ask who taught me my definition of success? What am I sacrificing to maintain it? And if I continue at this pace for the next 10, 20 years, who will I become? Does my work align with my values? Am I building something meaningful or merely something that's measurable? Those questions are uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the doorway to clarity. And clarity matters because eventually every one of us will discover that life is not merely asking what we achieved, it is asking what we became. And so, finally, in closing, I would like to share this story. I'm sure we've all heard it, but I'm going to use it anyways. It's about the three stonecutters. As we look at our own purpose audit today, this evening, I'm reminded of an old story about three men working side by side on a massive construction site. A traveler walks up and he asks them all the same question: what are you doing? And the first man, he doesn't even look up. He says, I'm earning a living. So he might be how we feel on Monday morning when we're just trading our hours for a paycheck. The second man looks up at that question with a bit more pride and he says, I'm the best stonecutter in the county. He's us when we are chasing that professional excellence and hitting our KPIs, as I mentioned, getting the degree and so on. Nothing is wrong with that, but why are we doing it? But perhaps we're still just focused on our own scale and status. But then we get to the third man and he stops and he looks at the horizon, his face softens and he says with reverence, I am building a cathedral. Here's the truth for all of us. All three men were doing the same exact task. They were all cutting stone. But only the third man was doing it with sacred context. When we leave this room, we are all going back to cutting stone, whatever that means for us. No one of us here is cutting stone today, but we all have something akin to that. We are going back to the emails, the meetings, and the spreadsheets, the homework. But my question for us, the real audit is this: are we just making a living? Are we just trying to be the best in our field? Or have we realized that through our work, we're building something eternal? We're building our own cathedrals. Let's stop settling for success that is just fair then. Let's start building our cathedrals. Because at the end of our lives, perhaps the greatest success will not be hearing that we were impressive, but hearing this: well done, good and faithful servant. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. That was a long one, I know, but I got through it. Thank you. Hey. Thanks, Dr.
Wonderful,
Thank you,
wonderful.
Colin. Thank
Thank
you.
you very, very, very much.
Long,
However,
wasn't it?
I think I do believe that long is relative, because you know I was looking for at least 40, 45 minutes.
Oh, come on,
Well,
really? You know I don't do that.
well, yes, that would be a Jacqueline Warner long.
Yeah, no, no. I don't do long, Dr.
That is a
Derrick.
Jacqueline Warner long,
I know I
40,
get to the
45
point.
minutes. So I was thinking of that that level,
Mm-hmm.
but you know. All right, so that is your long. Your long is
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
cool.
pretty
Well,
long.
50, well, not even 20 minutes yet. All right,
I know.
wonderful. Thank you very much. That was
Thanks, Dr.
more
Derrick.
than a mouthful. And
It was.
yes, that is all, and it's based on those three men belief
Yes,
and how they view things.
absolutely.
And that's the point. That is
Yes,
the point.
it is. It is.
Based on how you view things. Because
Absolutely.
whatever you say about you is right, you know.
Uh-huh.
So if you say you can't do it,
You can't.
then it's right.
Yeah, for you. It's right
If
for
you say
you.
you can do it, then
It's right for you
it's right.
too. Yes.
Yeah, that's for
Yes.
you, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
then
I
because
agree.
you can't do it, don't tell me that I can't do it.
And that's the
All right,
danger
that's
of
where you're
that,
going to
right?
cross the border
Yeah.
and thinking for me,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Don't
Because
limit
my
me because you
mindset,
limit yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, you want to limit yourself, that's up to you. I know that
Mm-hmm.
all things are possible.
Yes, it
All
is.
things. Well,
Yes.
apart from
Yeah.
giving birth as a man.
Well, you don't want to do that anyways.
All is possible as according to how God
Made
created.
it.
Let me
Absolutely.
put it that way. All right,
Yep.
so that's it. All is possible as according to how God created, right?
Yes.
And how
Yes.
life is able to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you
Thank
very much, Queen Yvonne Finn.
thank you,
That
Dr.
was
Derrick.
awesome, awesome,
Thank you.
awesome,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. All right. I think I have the hand raised. Yes, I have the hand raised. So anyone have any comments or any questions? Anyone, anywhere? Let me look over on the YouTube.
It's as you say, it's a mouthful. They're probably chewing on it, Dr. Derrick. It's a
I tell
long,
you,
long
uh,
one.
it's a lot.
It's a
The
lot.
only thing King Carlton is doing is just smiling. Awesome presentation.
Thank
Awesome
you.
presentation. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, let me give you a little bit more food for thoughts and soup into,
Mm.
as we started some time ago, the mindset formula and
Yes.
putting it
Mhm.
into
Get
action.
to
And this
action.
is something
Yes.
that you need to put
Into action.
into action, most
Absolutely.
definitely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is very, very important. So let us put some more into action
Mm-hmm.
because that is where we find the value. Okay. So,
Yep.
um, thank you again, Queen Yvonne,
You're
Finn.
welcome, sir.
Really
You're
appreciate.
welcome.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you need to identify your belief pattern. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first thing we need to do
Mm-hmm.
with regards to anything in life. You have to first identify. Now, those three men, as that story was told by our illustrious Queen Yvonne, it's three different belief patterns. And that is
Yes.
why the person that asked the question got three different perspectives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have different belief patterns,
Mm-hmm.
challenging and reinforcing belief patterns. So maybe you might need to challenge the type of belief pattern that you have, or you might want to reaffirm the belief pattern. It all depends. So, question your belief. Not all beliefs are true, they are often assumptions,
Yeah.
right? So, find out if what you believe is true, like many years ago, people used to believe that the earth is flat. That's the only way we could be able to be standing on the earth. But unfortunately, someone walk, I guess, and try to reach the edge, but find out that there is no edge. And so no one will drop off the earth, fortunately. All right. And
Yeah.
when we got a little bit more advanced in technology and we send rockets out of space, or in space, I should say, um, that is in the firmament, the starry firmament that the word talk about, and they look back and took a picture. They were shocked that it was actually sphere, a kind of more round um, type of shape. And then the question demands, or the belief start to be invigorated. How is it that we are basically on a round surface? How are we not falling off? Because obviously that would mean that at some point the people in China is upside down. Praise the Lord. And at some point, we on this side of the globe is upside down. so, so how is it that we don't fall off, right? And of course, bing, 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 gravity, gravity
Mhm.
hold us to the surface, and that's how we are not able to just fall off, right? Very so that shape and change and shape the whole belief of gravity and of the the um the shape of this earth and how it's shaped. So, just like I remember um studying in school about this man by the name of Aristotle, way
Mhm.
back in the, I think he was living in the 15 or 1600, right? So it's a long, long, long time. And he came up with his fact that spider had 6 legs.
Mm.
Okay, and so it's an insect,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And after many thousands of years, that was in the books, in the libraries, or wherever they had those things documented at that time, that a spider is an insect with with 6 legs. Only to that someone other than Aristotle went and checked the evidence, because for 1500 years, 1500 years, that was the belief. But someone checked the evidence and realized that spiders are not insect. I don't remember the name, but they are in the category with crabs. So they have 8 legs and they are not insects. So the belief had to be changed. The books had to be changed. The updates had to be made and all of that, because it was incorrect. That truth that lived for 1,500 years had to be reversed. So, challenge, as we said, challenge them. Is this belief based on facts or feelings? Is what you're saying or what you're hearing or what you're doing, is it based on facts or is it based on feelings? Where is the evidence? You see, when Aristotle spoke back in those days, nobody checked the evidence or want to know the evidence and want to seek for the evidence. And so for 1500 years, that was true. And is this always true? Okay. So obviously, you need to check the evidence. Anything we are doing, anything we are getting involved in, check the evidence for yourself. Refrain from limiting belief. All right. Shift from to. Shift from to. So you're going to shift from I can't do this. And you're going to shift to I am learning how to do this. You see the difference? A very unique difference, but it's very potent, right? So you're going to shift from I always fail to I grow through experience. That's how it is, right? Because no person know everything in life. No, not on this planet, not today. No person on the planet today know everything in life. Everything is all about learning. So even if you retire, never stop learning. Key principle: replace absolute negative belief with flexible, empowering ones. Replace absolute negative beliefs with flexible, empowering ones. Beautiful. Create new belief patterns. And this is now the next step. New belief requires intentional repetition. The steps to take for that: identify the limiting beliefs, create a new empowering belief, reinforce it daily, affirmation and action, affirmation and action, affirmation and action, and then act as if the new belief is now true. Because that's what they had to do when they discover that the spider have 8 legs. That new belief is now true. That old belief had to remove it. Remove it from the books, remove it from the schools, remove it from our minds. And so now today, we have that truth that was discovered thousands of years ago now, because someone checked the evidence. Then you're going to align beliefs with action. Align beliefs with action. Belief change faster when supported by action. Take small, consistent steps to learn, to develop new skills, etc., etc. Take small, consistent steps. Someone said that the way to eat elephant is one bite at a time. Don't try to devour everything. Don't try to learn everything in one sitting. No. Step by step by step. Build evidence for new belief. Build evidence for new beliefs. And celebrate progress. Always celebrate progress. Right? So you might can't read, right? And what you're going to do? Start to read. Now you can listen to audio tapes and follow along and try to pronounce what these audio tapes are actually saying, and celebrate the win. When you couldn't read a sentence, the first time you are able to read a sentence fluently, celebrate it. Celebrate it. Literally, celebrate it. Example, if your new belief is I am capable, take actions that prove capability. Simple. Take actions that you now prove capability. So, the transformation cycle: awareness, identification, challenge, replacement, reinforcement. That's the steps, the cycle. So, when you're aware of something because of identification, challenge it, replace it, and reinforce it. Right? Final reflection exercise. Ask yourself, what belief has been holding me back? What belief has been holding me back? Find out these beliefs. What has been holding you back from progress? That's what we're talking about. Everything is about being better than last year, being better than last month, being better than last week, being better than yesterday. Where did it come from? Ask yourself, where did it come from? Is what I know from a reliable source? What I know is factual? Is it serving me today? What new belief will I choose? And so, as I close, root belief identified. I am not good enough. And we're going to move that to something that allow you to be better than good. So, as we come to a close, your life is not controlled by your circumstances. It is shaped by your belief about those circumstances. Let me say that again. Your life is not controlled by your circumstances. You saw the example of those three men by Queen Yvonne Finn. Those three men in the same circumstance that they are in together, but based on the belief of one, he was moving in his purpose. So let us realize that our circumstances is shaped by our beliefs. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. And I do hope that these few words has elevate your thoughts
Yes.
to
They
be
have.
better today than you were yesterday, so you can have a purpose for tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Derrick. I don't know how you did the applause thing. Maybe only you alone can do it because you're the host. I don't know, but where's the where's the button for that?
um,
I don't see. Where is it?
I don't give myself applause, but all right.
No, I'm saying, okay, okay, there you go.
All right. Well, all
Yes,
right.
no, I
Wonderful.
was
Yeah.
asking,
Well,
only the host can do that, only you can do that.
well, at this time, yes.
Yeah, okay, all right.
If
That's
I
all I'm
if
asking.
if I was to um
If I was,
well,
I mean, how many hosts
what
can
I
you have
should
on
have
here?
done,
Yeah,
really and truly, what I should have done. It was so many things that my mind
yeah,
is all over the
we know
place.
that you're a very busy guy. I
But
know.
yes, I should have given you the presentation link.
Oh, okay. All right. I figured something like that. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Dr. Derrick. I just want to say, yeah, that aligns exactly. You know that exactly what I'm trying to say with my own. But I want to tell you something that what you started off with about the situation with the flat earth and the round earth, or spherical earth. You know that there are people who are still believing that it's flat, right? You know that?
yes.
Okay, good. Just a lot.
In the
I get
21st century, yes.
yes, I get things from people who are telling me with all sincerity, Dr. Derrick. I mean, they just not gonna change that belief, and gravity doesn't make any difference to them because the explanation as to why we have the ability to stay here and not fly off into space. It doesn't matter. Gravity is for something else. It's not for what they want to change. They
Mm,
totally believe that the Earth is still flat. They all kinds of arguments. Look at the horizon. Look at this, and I'm thinking, oh my god. So there you go. Some people are never going to change their beliefs. All
mm.
the talk that we're doing, it's not going to help them, and you have to just allow that. No matter how many proofs you give them, it's always a conspiracy, or it's this, or it's that. So yeah.
So that means they don't travel.
I don't think I don't
Okay.
think traveling will help, Dr. Derrick. You know,
Mm,
they're just, and it's not necessarily dumb people, if you want to use that word. It's not very politically correct, but you know what I mean. These people are explaining and they're talking to you in a very informed way, they think, as to why it is not true. It's a flat earth. It's called the flat
mhm,
earth, whatever they call themselves. They have a name for that community, flat earth. So
mm.
there you go. You have a hard job to years ago.
Me? No, sir.
Well, leave it to King Carter then. Maybe he will have better luck.
Yes, that is correct. I leave that to King Carlton.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
that's a
wonderful.
fabulous. Thank
So
you. Thank
I guess where they born, they just stay there. Because if they walk too
you.
far, they drop off.
That too.
So no traveling for them.
No, 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 no
No
upside down.
traveling.
Nothing like that.
No. Okay, good for them. So life go.
It is.
Anyway, yeah. Um, okay, so at this time we're just going to ask our very own Queen Yvonne Finn to give us her closing.
Um, it's been long, so I'm just going to say over and over again. Just make sure, I'm going to put it as simply as this. They have sayings for that. It says, what gets measured gets managed. So measure your life. That is what the audit is all about. Are you heading in the directions, as Dr. Derrick is talking about? The same thing. Are you heading in the direction that you want to go? Not that somebody else put in your head. Who told you when you would be successful? Who told you what was that going to look like for you? Another way is that people have said this little story about make sure that at the end of life, because we all come there, at the end of life, what you got makes you feel that you've been successful. You must feel that way. It says at the end of life, make sure that the ladder that you were climbing was leaning against the right wall, that you are ending up where you want to be. Because otherwise, as I said, it's very disorienting to think that I'm in all instances how I look to outside, I'm successful, but I don't feel that way. And you're the important one. Besides God, who gave you your purpose, you have to feel successful, whatever that means to you. And that's why I listed all those different kinds of jobs. They have status or no status, it does not matter. They are meaningful to you. That is the key point I want to make. Thank you, Dr. Derrick. And King Carlton, because you're the only two faces I see.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very
Thanks,
much,
Doctor.
Queen Yvonne
Thank you.
Finn.
Hmm.
It's always refreshing when you grace us with your presence.
Thank you, sir. I'm
Thank you
glad to
very
be
much.
here. Hmm.
All right. So on that note, we will, you know, say ship ahoy, and the ship will be sailing for this week. So
Uh-huh.
happy Mother's Day
Again,
to
yes.
everyone again. And, um, you know, please just stay tuned. I have a Mother's Day song for all the Mother's Day, because you see, they're not allowing me on Sunday because they refuse to have webinar on Sunday. So
Who did that? Who did that,
that,
Dr.
that
Derrick?
that is the dream team actions that
I know. I know. I know.
that's not good. But anyway, um, I have a Mother's Day song for all of you.
Okay.
So as we close YouTube, thank you all on YouTube for joining us today. Really appreciate, really appreciate. And those who will be watching in the future,
Okay.
this was an awesome mindset by our own Queen Yvonne Finn.
Thank you.
So please look at it, watch it again, because it really speaks to the mind.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
until next week, we have Monday, Mindset Monday, and Tuesday and Thursday, Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives, and all three is at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's the same link. There's no
Mhm.
different link. Mindset Monday is always Mindset Monday on this platform,
Mhm.
meetn.com / Mindset Monday, and
Yeah.
meetn.com / Deep Dive
See.
GCL,
Yeah.
Globally Changing Lives. All right. So thank you all very much. And you have yourself a wonderful, glorious weekend. And please lavish your mom. You see, I
Mhm.
don't have any mothers to lavish.
Me
So
too.
that's why I had hope for Dream Team to be having meeting so that I could lavish a few ladies. But I'll do that at church, at the sanctuary, at the tabernacle, at the wherever. So please lavish some lady that is a
It's a mom.
mother, not
Yes.
necessarily biological, don't have to be
Mhm.
biological, but from once she's a woman over 18, then just lavish her with some motherly love. All
Absolutely.
right. So
Yes.
thank you all very much. And you have yourself a wonderful, blessed weekend. Weekend. Right. Wonderful weekend. All right. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
And and hold on. Somebody write something. Oh,
No,
happy
it's just
Mother's
me.
Day.
It's just me. Happy
Yes,
Mother's
yes.
Day.
Thank you, Queen Yvonne Finn.